Okay, you guys. So for today's worksheet, we're doing mutations. Um, it's essentially the same setup as what we did yesterday, where you're doing your original DNA sequence, you're doing your mRNA sequence, and there's no tRNA this time. You don't really need to worry about that, but you have your amino acid sequence. Okay, I will give you the codon chart to be able to figure out what the amino acids are. So that will be in Teams as well. So I'm just going to go through how to complete this. So what you're going to do for the first part, you're going to go on and they give you everything that's original. So this is what the normal DNA, mRNA, and amino sequence is supposed to look like that you're supposed to compare everything to. Okay, so you will have, you're going to have A, U, G, oops, sorry, A, U, G, sorry, my son is right next to me, so it's making it a little complicated. U, G, G, A, trying to get it lined up as best as I can. A, C, C, G, C, U, G, C, and U, G, A. Remember, UGA, that's one of our universities. Our university stopped, so we know that that one's going to be stopped. Okay, and then you're going to do your amino acid sequence. Watch out. All right, so let me find a codon chart really quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, so, oh my God. Sorry, you guys. You just might have to ignore the baby in the background throwing a little fit, but it's okay. Okay, so let's do the amino acid sequence. So we have MET, which is our start, and then we have UGG, which is going to be TRP. And then we have, what's next? AAC. AAC is going to be THR. And sorry, you guys, I'm like multitasking. So if I make a mistake, please make sure that you fix it because I'm doing this fairly quickly with other things going on. Okay, and then we have CGC. So CGC is going to be ARG. And then we have UGC, which is going to be CYS. And then we have our stop codon. Okay, so this is the original sequence. This is how it's supposed to be. So what you have is three different types of mutations. You can have a deletion, insertion, or you can have what we call a substitution, where it changes one of the bases, and it can either be a missense, silent, or nonsense mutation or substitution. Okay, so deletion and insertion are obviously whatever they're called. So, for example, when we go down here, there could be one of your bases in your mutated DNA sequence that was added on. Okay, and remember, you're going to compare this one to this one up here, or it could be one that was deleted. So we're looking at the original DNA sequence and we're comparing it to, I'm sorry, we're looking at our mutated DNA sequence and we're comparing it to our original DNA sequence to see what is different. If a base was inserted, so for example, that would be an insertion, adding on a base. And it doesn't have to be to the end. It could be like literally in the middle, you can add a base. Okay, that would be an insertion. Or you can have somewhere where a base is deleted. So for example, you can look in here and a base is deleted. Okay, so what it would look like, it would be like one of these would be missing. Okay, so you look at your mutated sequence and you compare it to the original DNA sequence. Okay, and then you go on and do your mRNA sequence. So I will do this one with you and we'll figure out what it is, if it'll let me write on it. I'll just delete that. Okay, so let's do this one together. Let me bold it. Maybe that will make a difference in how I write. Okay, so we have A, U, G. So that's the same. And then we have U, A, G. Uh-oh, that looks different. Okay, let's keep going. We have A, C. Just trying to make sure. A, C. And then we have C, G, C, U, G, C, and UGA. Okay, so the only thing that looks off when I compare it, I see AUG, I see AAC, I see CGC, UGC, and UGA. So what looks off is this UAG here. So we have to see what happened. Was it a deletion, insertion, or was it one of our substitutions? Now, if it's a substitution, a missense means that just one of your bases changed, so it caused the amino acid to change. Okay, so if the base was changed, maybe it won't be TRP anymore. It might be a different amino acid. If it's a silent mutation, one of your bases was changed, but the amino acid still ended up being the same. If it's a nonsense, if it's a nonsense, then that means that the entire if it's a nonsense, that means that there was a stop in the very middle of your amino acid sequence. Okay, so let's look to see what this was. So let's do the amino acid sequence. Okay, so this would be the change. So I'm going to highlight it and let's see what's different. It's UAG. So what was different was this T. That T was supposed to be, it was supposed to be TACACC, not ATC. So that C was the change. So it would be, it wasn't a deletion, it wasn't an insertion, so it was a substitution. So now we have to figure out, is it a missense, silent, or nonsense substitution? Okay, so we know that all of these amino acids are going to be the same, and for the sake of time, I'm not going to write them out. So let's see what the UAG amino acid would be. UAG would be, that would be a stop. Okay, so basically what we're saying is we have MET, which is start, and then we just immediately stop. Okay, so this would be a nonsense mutation. Okay, are there going to be effects? Yes, because we didn't even finish the entire amino acid. We couldn't even make the protein. We literally started and then we stopped. Like that was it. There was nothing that was made. So there's going to be effects, and this was a nonsense mutation. Okay, hopefully that helps you. Sorry for all of like the baby cries and things like that. Um, but if there are any issues, then just do what you can, and tomorrow we will go over it together. Obviously, since I'm not here, we may just end up pushing the quiz back. But if you guys are feeling comfortable, then we'll keep the quiz for tomorrow. But we'll figure it out tomorrow when I get back.